Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're probably going to talk about the first edition Machamp. Again, it seems to be my most popular videos. Everyone is suddenly more keen to know about the prices of first edition Machamp. And in this video, we're going to discuss some of the reasons why it just is not as expensive as it should be. Now, if you haven't already, I suggest you go look at 3 of my previous videos, which talk in depth about the first edition Machamp, the different types of Machamp first edition cards there are, and why there is a first edition Machamp and why it is so widely available. Now, the comments on these videos are always, how much is it worth? How much is my card worth? Well, guys, it really does depend on the condition of your card. If your card has been played with, which means scratches on the surface, there's whiting around the edges and the borders, there's surface wear, like faint lines or anything like that, that really does bring the value of your card down. The fact that it's got a first edition stamp on it means absolutely nothing because they all do. They all have that stamp. It means nothing. Doesn't mean it's worth more than the rest of the set. It will never be worth more than the Charizard. And I can name a few cards in that base set that's already worth more. You know, Raichu, Alakazam. These cards are worth more than that. Now, I've been scrolling through some of the recent eBay sold listings as well as some of the current listings that people are looking at. The prices are still really, really low. And again, the prices vary slightly, but that's all depend on the condition. As I said before, if it's got scratches on it, if it's been played with, if it's got bends, if it's got whiting around the edges or silvering sometimes on the front, the card is worth a lot less, and people are willing to not pay as much for those cards, which is pretty straightforward. Now, cards that are factory sealed, which is a couple of examples that I've found, range from £50 to £100. Now, the reason these are so highly priced is because they are in the original cellophane pack that they came in, and to a collector that is worth a lot more than the individual raw card on its own. So that's why it fetches such a high price for those. Your card, chances are, is not worth that much. Like I said, most of the prices I've found range from between £5 to £15 for that card. It's not a huge amount of money. To some, that might be a little bit of something. Some may have bought it at that price a few years ago, and it is still at the same price they bought it at. The reason is there's just so many of it on the market. Everyone thinks it's a first edition, that it's something special. Unfortunately, it is not. I think overall it's one of the most um, highly thought of by people that don't understand as being the most sort of rarest in the set, but it's not. It's the most common, the most the most like reduced in value because it is just so widely available for everybody. So, like I said, here are some price updates. You know, they're ranging between £5 to £15, depending on condition. I've seen a few that go for about £20 to £30. Now, those cards are mint condition. They are pristine. They are PSA 9-10 grade worthy, and that is why they are being bought at the price by the collectors. So, like a collector would buy that card and then send it off to PSA to be graded, and they will be looking for the cleanest cards they can find. There'll be no scratches, no whiting, no silvering on the back and the front of the card. It will just be clean as anything, and it will get either a 9 or a 10 in PSA, and that's why they're fetching those higher those prices. So you're looking between £20 to £30. Now, everybody else, unfortunately, even the ones I have, are probably going to be about a PSA 5 or 6. You know, they've been played with, they've got whiting, they've got grubby corners. So sometimes if you look at the side of the card, it will be sort of black and a bit dull around the edging, that's because they were played with. You know, you got the dirt on your hands, you were swapping them with your friends in the school playground, and they get dirty, and that's it. And that surface dirt and those the edge wearing is what reduces the price. So everyone, you know, the whole current boom in Pokemon and the market going crazy for prices of some cards, I think is definitely um, brought a lot of people into the hobby thinking, oh, I had that card as a kid, and oh my god, it's a first edition, that must be worth something. And that's where they're finding my videos. I mean, my top three uh, videos, well, top four videos, should I say? I'm just looking at my screen here with them on. Is the Machamp. It's We Need to Talk, which was from 2017. We have all the second popular one was the first edition Machamp, the variations and the prices. That was probably a really good one to look at because you can see the different types of Machamp cards that were available at the time. Ones with there's different hollow styles, not too much variation. But then there's obviously the Rainbow Rare Charizard one, and then the recent one, which was June in 2020. People were still trying to ask a ridiculous price for this card. You know, seen it on eBay for like £200-300, and it's really it's not worth that. Especially some of the conditions that I've seen. You know, you may as well spend that money on a Charizard. You know, a hollow base Charizard for 300 quid. You'll be a lot better off in the future. Trust me. So yeah, guys. I mean, a lot of people will probably find this video again. The prices are not amazing for this card. If I was you, I'd keep it for this nostalgic factor. I don't think you're ever going to sell it for, you know, hundreds and hundreds of pounds unless it is a shadowless in its first edition and it is in a potential PSA 9 or 10 condition. A lot of you think your cards are in great condition. They're not. I see a lot of listings on eBay that say they're in near mint or excellent condition, and they have creases and you know they have edge wearing and they have the grubby marks all over them. You know, you get the little black spots that come with the old cards, and they're really not worth what you think they're worth, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, there's not much more I could say on the matter, really, guys. The prices are still really low for this card. Um, if I was someone looking to buy right now, I would pick a couple up because of that nostalgic factor. They're really cheap. They're probably the cheapest card you can find from base set. That is also a hollow. It has that first edition stamp. It doesn't really mean anything, but we all had that card as a kid, and a lot of those cards are still available on the market. They're, like I said, the cheapest hollow. It would be great for your collection. I'd buy them now because they're still really cheap. I'm not expecting them to go crazy in price anytime soon. And again, depending on the condition of the card, is what kind of price you're going to be paying for it. But as I said, the cheapest ones I've seen are going for £5. Better condition ones up to £10 to £15. The really, really mint condition cards are going between £20 to £30, and the ones that are in the original cellophane wrappers are going anywhere between £50 to £100, depending on if they're, again, even if they're in a cellophane, you can still see if they've got whiting around the edges, and if they do have whiting, they're going for about 50. If they don't have any whiting and they look almost mint condition, people are paying anywhere up to £100 for those kind of cards. But chances are you probably don't have those in your collection in the cellophane. A lot of us as kids, we just opened them because, you know, it was a card game and we played with our friends. But yeah, so that's enough of me waffling on. If you want to learn a bit more about the Machamp First Edition card, then I suggest links down below in the description. I'll add to my previous videos about this card. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And unfortunately, I'm sorry, they're not worth a huge amount, but that's just the way it is. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, and if you can, please like the video and subscribe. I do Pokemon openings, so if you want to look for code cards or anything like that, then you know it's a quick way to get some free code cards. And the likes just help me like grow a little bit. You know, we all want to just get our message out there a little bit. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.